Let's see. I was a senior in high school, trying to decide where I should go to college. I actually really wanted to take a year off, to be completely honest, and I wanted to do what they call a gap year and go travel and do stuff like that. My parents were kind of against it. They wanted me to go to a university. So I applied to BYU, and it was the only school I applied to, and fortunately I got in. But I don't really know why I wanted to go here. I think part of it was not pressure from the family, but my entire family has attended BYU, and my grandpa used to be vice president. My other grandpa was like dean of the engineering school. Like all my cousins, all my aunts and uncles have gone here, so it's just kind of a tradition. But my parents never like pressured me to come to BYU. I mean, I could have gone to an in-state school and been just fine. But I thought my older siblings did it, maybe I should at least try it. And so I guess that was my application process. I came up here and let's see, I think school started that year. It was 2005 at the end of August, and so I moved my stuff in like the weekend before school, and my roommate was up here, and it was exciting. I was glad to finally be done with that job I hated. And I came up with a friend, her name's Callie, and we were really good friends my senior year of high school, and she got accepted, which is really good. And we both were on the waiting list to live in DT because it was the only spot open. And we got in, we got a room together, so that was a fortunate thing to happen because I didn't want to not live with someone that I didn't know. Well, I lived in this building, it's right behind me, and it's being torn down, which is kind of sad to look at because I lived here. It's kind of a harsh reality. So all you can see are poles, but it was a good little room. It was a little room. And I love being a student. I love like being in the classroom and carrying the backpack. They're all kind of silly things, but I love them. So I was excited for that, but I was also so nervous. And I remember the night, I think it was a Saturday night, right before school started. I was so sick to my stomach. I went to the store and got some medicine, and I think it was just all in my head because I was just nervous to be starting school at this huge university. I didn't know my way around very well, and I guess you could say I was kind of scared to be starting a whole new chapter of life. It wasn't just starting, it wasn't just starting a new year of school at a new place. It was like, a kind of a closing gate to high school and an opening to my life here in Utah. The fall semester was like pretty hard because I just never felt really comfortable like living in the dorms, and I didn't feel like I had a lot of like really good friends. They were all like just acquaintances or people in my ward, and yeah, like I could go into the rooms and we could talk or whatever, but they weren't like, the friendships like didn't really mean anything to me. Like they had no depth. And like one of the hardest things about my freshman year, I think how do I put it? I think I kind of resented my age. I hate like being the underdog. I hated being on the bottom of the totem pole again. I hated that in high school. I didn't like that in the film program either, just like being the brand new, the newcomer to the program, and you're the PA and you kind of get walked all over. And I never, as a freshman, I didn't want to feel like that because I thought I was more mature and that I could associate with people that are older than me. And I don't know, just living in the dorms kind of solidified the fact that, oh, you are a freshman and you're immature and you're childish and you don't know what's going on. And I didn't like that. And as the winter progressed, I began to realize that more people felt this way, just no one voiced them like I did. I kept them all private. And so that was really comforting. It's just kind of nice to look back and think, oh yeah, I was a freshman and I know what it's like to be a freshman. And if I ever went on to get my master's, I feel much better being kind of the underdog again and starting school over in a new place. And so yeah, and it was perfect because the next year, my sophomore year, I lived with those same girls, and there was 2 apartments of us, and there's 6 in each apartment, and it was it was totally rad. Like, I loved it, and I don't know, we're all still really good friends. In fact, like 3 of the roommates I have now are still from like my freshman year, and I'm pleased. I'm happy with the way it turned out, because I was, it was hard at first, but you learn from like trials and you learn from hard experiences and you get through them, and I don't know, I think it makes you a stronger person. So